Have you ever wondered if the meats you're eating could be quietly sabotaging your health? Shockingly, more than 60% of adults over 65 struggle with high blood pressure, and eating the wrong cuts of meat can send sodium and saturated fat levels through the roof. Imagine thinking you're making a healthy choice, only to discover it's actually increasing your risk of heart disease or even certain cancers. Today, we're diving into the 4 worst meats you should never eat and the 4 best meats you must eat as a senior. Before we start, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from. I'd love to know and say hello. Now let's get started. 4 worst meats you should never eat. Number 1, bacon. Bacon is undeniably flavorful, crispy, salty, and satisfying, but for seniors it can be a nutritional minefield. Each slice of cooked bacon contains around 6 to 8 grams of saturated fat and upwards of 200 milligrams of sodium. From a scientific perspective, saturated fat raises LDL cholesterol, which contributes to plaque buildup in arteries. Older adults already face a higher baseline risk for cardiovascular disease. Even modest increases in LDL can tip the scales toward a heart attack or stroke. The American Heart Association recommends seniors keep saturated fat under 13 grams per day. Just 2 or 3 slices of bacon can exceed half that limit, placing extra burden on aging arterial walls. On top of saturated fat, bacon is packed with sodium. Seniors are generally advised to limit sodium intake to around 1,500 milligrams daily to help control blood pressure. 1 slice of bacon can contain nearly 200 milligrams of sodium, so a typical 3-slice portion pushes you over 600 milligrams, almost half the daily recommendation in one sitting. Older kidneys lose efficiency over time. They struggle to excrete excess sodium, causing fluid retention that raises blood volume and blood pressure. Repeated spikes in blood pressure can damage blood vessels and increase the chance of a stroke. Furthermore, bacon contains nitrates and nitrites, preservatives used during curing. When you fry bacon at high heat, these compounds can convert into nitrosamines, which have been linked in laboratory studies to increase colorectal cancer risk. Seniors' DNA repair mechanisms slow down with age, making it harder to reverse cellular damage from carcinogens. Over years, even occasional bacon consumption adds cumulative risk. Number 2, processed sausage, including hot dogs. Processing meat often involves adding fat, salt, and preservatives to extend shelf life and enhance flavor. Sausages and hot dogs are prime examples. A typical pork sausage link can pack 600 to 800 milligrams of sodium and 8 to 10 grams of saturated fat per link. That saturated fat drives LDL cholesterol up, accelerating plaque formation in already narrowing arteries. Combine that with enormous sodium content, far exceeding the daily limit for a salt-sensitive senior, and you have a recipe for hypertension and vascular stress. Sodium's effects in seniors are especially pronounced because kidney filtration declines with age. Reduced glomerular filtration rate makes it harder to excrete excess salt. When seniors eat a high-sodium sausage, their bodies retain fluid to maintain electrolyte balance. That extra fluid raises blood volume and the heart must pump harder, elevating blood pressure. If someone already has prehypertension or controlled hypertension, a single sausage link can push them into a dangerous range, increasing the risk of strokes or heart attacks. Sausages also rely on nitrates and nitrites as preservatives. Under the high heat of grilling or frying, these compounds transform into nitrosamines. Laboratory studies show nitrosamines can damage cellular DNA, raising cancer risk, particularly colorectal cancer. Seniors' cells accumulate oxidative damage over time, so their natural repair mechanisms aren't as robust. Every nitrosamine triggering meal adds incremental risk of cancerous changes. Additionally, many sausages contain fillers, artificial flavors, and monosodium glutamate, which can contribute to inflammation and blood sugar spikes. For seniors who face higher risks of type 2 diabetes and chronic inflammation, eating these products can worsen insulin sensitivity and inflammatory markers. From a gut health perspective, diets high in processed meats are linked to imbalances in gut microbiota that promote systemic inflammation, bad news for seniors dealing with arthritis or metabolic syndrome. Number 3, fatty red meat cuts. Those thick marbled steaks, ribeye, T-bone, and porterhouse are often billed as luxurious treats. But for seniors, the high levels of saturated fat and heme iron in these cuts can be problematic. A typical 6-ounce ribeye can contain up to 20 grams of saturated fat. Saturated fat increases LDL cholesterol, contributing to atherosclerosis or plaque buildup. Older arteries tend to be stiffer and partially narrowed from years of wear and tear. Extra LDL accelerates plaque growth, raising the immediate risk of a heart attack or stroke. Heme iron, the type found in red meat, promotes oxidative stress by catalyzing free radical formation in Fenton reactions. Seniors' antioxidant defenses decline with age, so excess heme iron can overwhelm their cells, causing lipid, protein, and DNA damage. That cellular damage fuels inflammation, a key factor in heart disease, diabetes, and neurodegenerative disorders. Over time, diets high in fatty red meat contribute to chronic low-grade inflammation, a state sometimes called inflammaging that speeds up biological aging. Cooking these steaks at high heat, grilling or pan-searing further compounds risk. High-temperature cooking creates heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, which are carcinogenic. HCAs form when amino acids interact with creatine at high temperatures. PAHs arise when fat drips onto flames, generating smoke that coats the meat. Seniors, whose DNA repair mechanisms have slowed, accumulate more unrepaired mutations from these compounds. Studies link frequent consumption of well-done fatty steaks to increased colorectal, pancreatic, and prostate cancer risk. Moreover, fatty steaks provide few protective nutrients. They lack omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants found in lean fish or plant-based foods. Substituting even one weekly serving of fatty red meat with a fish high in omega-3s, like salmon, can lower inflammatory markers, C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, in older adults. That reduction translates to better heart health, clearer arteries, and potentially lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. Number 4, organ meats, e.g. liver, kidney, heart. Organ meats, often called offal, are nutrient-dense, but for seniors they pack too much of certain compounds that can harm aging systems. Beef liver, for instance, contains around 330 milligrams of cholesterol in a 3-ounce serving, well over the recommended daily limit for seniors with cardiovascular concerns, ideally under 300 milligrams total per day. High dietary cholesterol raises LDL levels, contributing to plaque buildup in already compromised arteries. If you've had a past history of hyperlipidemia or a heart event, that extra cholesterol can push you over the edge. Organ meats are also loaded with purines, which break down into uric acid. Seniors' kidneys filter uric acid less efficiently, so elevated levels can lead to gout flares, painful joint inflammation most commonly affecting the big toe. Repeated gout attacks damage joints and impair mobility, severely affecting quality of life. A single serving of liver or kidney can spike uric acid production, triggering an acute gout attack in susceptible seniors. Another concern is vitamin A toxicity. Liver is extremely high in preformed vitamin A, retinol. Just one serving of beef liver can supply more than 1,000% of the RDA for vitamin A. Chronic intake of excess vitamin A causes hypervitaminosis A, leading to liver fibrosis, bone pain, headaches, and increased intracranial pressure. Seniors who might already take multivitamins risk compounding vitamin A intake, leading to toxic accumulation in fatty tissues, since older bodies often have higher fat-to-lean mass ratios. Lastly, organ meats filter toxins and heavy metals. They can accumulate compounds like dioxins or PCBs, especially in conventionally raised animals. Seniors' phase Y and II liver detoxification pathways slow with age, making it harder to clear these toxins. Regular consumption of contaminated organ meats can lead to bioaccumulation, stressing the liver and potentially contributing to chronic liver dysfunction. 4 best meats you must eat. Number 1, skinless chicken breast. Skinless chicken breast ranks near the top for senior-friendly proteins. A 6-ounce cooked portion delivers about 35 grams of high-quality protein with only 1 to 2 grams of saturated fat. From a scientific standpoint, older adults need roughly 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily to ward off sarcopenia, the natural muscle loss that accelerates with age. For a 150-pound senior, 68 kilograms, that target is 68 to 82 grams of protein each day. A single chicken breast provides nearly half that amount in a lean, easily digestible form. In addition to muscle preservation, chicken breast delivers key B vitamins, niacin, B3, and B6. Niacin aids DNA repair and cellular energy production, while B6 supports neurotransmitter synthesis. These processes slow down with age. Getting enough B vitamins helps maintain healthy skin, nerves, and energy levels. Selenium is another plus, supplying about 30 micrograms per 6 ounces. Selenium is a vital cofactor for the antioxidant enzyme glutathione peroxidase, which counters oxidative stress, elevated in seniors and linked to chronic diseases such as heart disease and neurodegeneration. Cooking chicken breast is straightforward. Baking, grilling, poaching, or air frying without added fats helps preserve its low saturated fat profile. Seniors with chewing or dental issues can shred cooked chicken into soups, stews, or casseroles. Because chicken breast has a mild flavor, it easily pairs with nutrient-dense vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado, ensuring a balanced meal. For example, tossing shredded chicken into a bowl of steamed broccoli and brown rice provides fiber for gut health, complex carbs for steady energy, and lean protein for muscle maintenance. From a safety perspective, cook chicken breast to an internal temperature of 165 degrees, 74 degrees, to eliminate pathogens such as salmonella. Using a meat thermometer takes guesswork out of cooking, reducing the risk of undercooked poultry, especially important for seniors whose immune systems don't respond as robustly to infections. Pre-portioned, individually wrapped chicken breasts freeze well, making meal prep easier and minimizing waste, crucial for older adults on fixed incomes or limited mobility. Number 2, salmon, wild caught. Salmon is a standout must-eat for seniors because of its high omega-3 fatty acid content, specifically EPA and DHA. A 3-ounce serving of wild-caught salmon provides roughly 1,300 to 1,500 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA. These long-chain polyunsaturated fats modulate inflammation by competing with arachidonic acid for enzymes, SOX and LOX, effectively reducing pro-inflammatory mediators. Chronic, low-grade inflammation, inflammaging, underlies many age-related conditions, osteoarthritis, atherosclerosis, and cognitive decline. Regular salmon consumption can lower circulating inflammatory markers, C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, helping maintain joint mobility and vascular health. DHA is especially important for brain function. Around 40% of the polyunsaturated fats in the human brain are DHA. Studies indicate seniors who eat fish rich in DHA experience slower cognitive decline and reduced Alzheimer's risk. DHA integrates into neuronal membranes, improving membrane fluidity and neurotransmission, which supports memory and processing speed. 2 to 3 servings of salmon per week can help seniors approach the recommended daily 500 to 1,000 milligrams of DHA for cognitive support. Salmon also delivers about 22 grams of high-quality protein per 3-ounce serving, aiding muscle maintenance. Beyond protein and omega-3s, salmon is a natural source of vitamin D, around 570 IU per serving for wild caught, and vitamin B12, about 2.8 micrograms. Vitamin D is pivotal for calcium absorption and bone mineral density, reducing osteoporosis risk. Since seniors' skin synthesizes less vitamin D from sunlight, dietary sources become crucial. Vitamin B12 supports red blood cell formation and neurological function, preventing anemia and neuropathy common in older adults. Cooking salmon is simple: bake, grill, poach, or steam. High heat frying can oxidize delicate omega-3s, so gentler methods preserve those healthy fats. A quick lemon herb baked salmon, olive oil, lemon juice, fresh dill, baked at 375 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes to an internal 145 degrees, maintains its nutrient profile. For seniors with chewing difficulties, flake cooked salmon into softer sides like mashed sweet potatoes or quinoa, or mix it into egg-based dishes like omelettes. When possible, choose wild caught over farmed salmon. Farmed salmon often contains more total fat and can accumulate higher levels of PCBs or dioxins depending on farming practices. The FDA recommends limiting high mercury fish, but salmon generally has low mercury levels, making it a safe, nutrient-dense choice. Checking local advisories and purchasing from reputable sources further reduces contaminant concerns. Number 3, turkey, lean white meat. Turkey breast deserves a spot among the must-eats for seniors. A 3-ounce cooked portion provides around 25 grams of high-quality protein and just 1 gram of saturated fat. That amino acid profile, rich in leucine, supports muscle protein synthesis by activating the mTOR pathway, a critical mechanism to counteract sarcopenia. Research suggests seniors need higher leucine thresholds to effectively rebuild muscle. Turkey helps them meet that target without adding cardiovascular strain. Turkey is also exceptionally rich in tryptophan, an amino acid precursor to serotonin. Serotonin influences mood regulation and sleep quality, 2 areas where seniors often face challenges. Eating turkey alongside complex carbohydrates, like a small serving of brown rice or sweet potato, enhances tryptophan's uptake into the brain, promoting better sleep cycles and potentially easing mild depressive symptoms. Of course, pairing turkey with balanced meals is essential. It's not a cure-all, but it can support healthier sleep and mood patterns. Beyond protein and tryptophan, turkey breast provides vitamin B6, pyridoxine, and vitamin B12. Vitamin B6 acts as a cofactor in carbohydrate metabolism and helps release stored glucose, offering steady energy levels. Vitamin B12, often harder for seniors to absorb due to decreased intrinsic factor, supports red blood cell formation and nerve myelination. Ensuring adequate B12 intake through turkey helps prevent pernicious anemia and neuropathy in older adults. Turkey breast is also a reliable source of selenium, about 28 micrograms per 3-ounce serving. Selenium powers the antioxidant enzyme glutathione peroxidase, countering oxidative stress heightened in aging cells. This antioxidant defense reduces inflammation and can mitigate risks of chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and neurodegeneration. Turkey breast also provides phosphorus for bone health and zinc, approximately 2 milligrams per serving, which supports immune function. Seniors' immune responses weaken with age, immunosenescence. Maintaining zinc intake helps T-cell activity and wound healing. Cooking turkey is versatile. Roast a whole breast with light olive oil and herbs, grill turkey cutlets, or even slow-cook turkey in stews. Avoid the skin to minimize saturated fat intake. For seniors with dental issues, finely chop or shred cooked turkey so it's easier to chew. Season with fresh herbs, rosemary, thyme, garlic powder, and a low-sodium marinade like olive oil, lemon juice, and a pinch of paprika to add flavor without boosting salt. If needed, a gentle brine, 1 teaspoon salt per quart of water with apple cider vinegar, for 2 to 3 hours before cooking, retains moisture without excessive sodium. Number 4, pork tenderloin, lean cut. Pork tenderloin often gets unfairly lumped in with fattier pork cuts, but it's one of the leanest options available. A 3-ounce cooked portion offers about 23 grams of protein and only 3 grams of total fat, with roughly 1 gram of saturated fat. That means you get muscle-building amino acids without significant cardiovascular risk. For seniors striving to meet the 1.0–1.2 grams of protein per kilogram daily target, pork tenderloin is a delicious, accessible choice. Beyond protein, pork tenderloin provides thiamine, vitamin B1, around 0.6 milligrams per 3-ounce serving, which covers nearly half of a senior's RDA. Thiamine is essential for carbohydrate metabolism and nerve function. Low levels can lead to fatigue, irritability, and peripheral neuropathy. Including pork tenderloin in the diet helps maintain energy production and nerve health. It's also rich in selenium, about 33 micrograms per serving, supporting antioxidant defenses via glutathione peroxidase, which is crucial for minimizing oxidative damage in older cells. Pork tenderloin also supplies heme iron, around 1 milligram per serving, helping to prevent iron deficiency anemia. Heme iron's higher bioavailability compared to non-heme iron from plants is particularly beneficial for seniors who struggle with absorption. Adequate iron supports healthy hemoglobin levels, reducing fatigue and maintaining vitality. Additionally, pork provides zinc, about 2.4 milligrams per serving, which bolsters immune function by supporting T-cell activity, especially important since immune responses weaken with age. Cooking pork tenderloin properly maximizes benefits and minimizes harmful byproducts. Overcooking can create advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which are associated with inflammation. The ideal method for seniors is a quick sear on medium-high heat, 1–2 minutes per side, then finish baking at 375 degrees 190 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes, resting for 3 minutes afterward. This keeps the meat moist and curbs age formation. For seniors with chewing or dental sensitivities, slice tenderloin thinly against the grain or cube it and add to soft vegetable stews. Season simply with garlic powder, paprika, fresh oregano, and a touch of olive oil, keeping sodium low. A light marinade of Dijon mustard, lemon juice, and rosemary packs flavor without excessive salt or sugar. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss future health guides for seniors. Let me know in the comments which meat swap you'll try first, and feel free to share any questions or experiences you've had with changing your diet. Your feedback means a lot. Thank you for watching, and here's to stronger hearts, sharper minds, and healthier days ahead.